Story Time is brought to you by
न्यूयॉर्क में पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन्स की रहनुमाई। पाकिस्तान अमेरिकन एसोसिएशन ऑफ न्यूयॉर्क का खासा है। अमेरिकन पाकिस्तानियों के बाइज्जत और बावकार मकाम के लिए कोशां। पैनी का हर कदम आपके हम कदम।
To the children living all over the world, in the UK, the US and Canada, we welcome you with the universal saying of Islam, that is Assalamu Alaikum, and welcome you to another great session of story time, during which we listen to some great stories from Quran. And today we are ready for our next story. Are we ready for our next story, children?
Yes.
Okay, but before that, let's see who's here with us.
Hey, it's Areem, and today I'm from grade 7 to listen to some wonderful stories.
Good, Harim.
Hi, it's Larry.
Larib, good.
Hey, it's Isha with you like always.
Okay, Isha.
Hey, this is Moz.
Moss, very good. Grade 4, right. So we are all ready for our story, right?
Yes.
Now today's story is about a very important prophet who started a whole generation of prophets. His children and their children and their children were all prophets, and his name is Yaqub or Jacob in English. Now the story starts with Hazrat Ibrahim. We know that Hazrat Ibrahim had two wives. One was Sarah and the other one was Hajra. And Hajra was mother of which great prophet?
Hazrat
Ismail, right. And Hazrat Ismail was the great grandfather of which last prophet? Hazrat Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Prophet Muhammad was a great grandson of Ismail, who was son of Ibrahim, and their mother's Ismail's mother name was Hajira. Now Ibrahim had another wife, and her name was Sarah, and Sarah was Prophet Ibrahim's cousin. And when she was very old, an angel came and told Ibrahim and Sarah that they will have two sons. One, the elder one, is Ishaq or Isaac in English, and the other one is Yaqub or Jacob. Right? The first son they would have is Ishaq, and the next one they will have is Yaqub. And Hazrat Ibrahim and his wife, who was listening to angels from behind the door, she laughed. She said, how can I have children? I'm so old. I'm more than 80 years old. And my husband Ibrahim, he's also so old. How can we have children? And angel just looked at them and said, it is Allah's will, and He can do whatever He wants, and you will see this happening. And lo and behold, truly, first they had Ishaq, and when Ishaq was born, Allah told Ibrahim that your son Ishaq will be a prophet as well. And after that, Ibrahim had another son. His name was Yaqub. And Ibrahim asked Allah, would my son Yaqub will be a prophet? And Allah said, yes, he will be a prophet as well. But there is something other than that about Yaqub. There is something very special about Yaqub. And Ibrahim was surprised. He said, what is so special about Yaqub, which is not with Ishaq? Allah told Hazrat Ibrahim that Yaqub will have children who will all be called the people of Bani Israel, and they will have many prophets among them.
Why Bani Israel?
Yes, Israel is the title of Hazrat Yaqub, and Bani Israel means the children of Israel or children of Hazrat Yaqub. You know what Israel means? Israel means the slave of Allah, the one who obeys Allah, and that was the title of Hazrat Yaqub. And you know why he was given this title? No? You will know in a minute. But first you must know that Hazrat Yaqub was the great-great-grandfather of many prophets like Hazrat Yusuf, like Hazrat Suleiman, Hazrat Daud, Hazrat Musa.
Wasn't Hazrat Yunus the son of Hazrat Yaqub?
Hazrat Yunus was also among the family of Hazrat Yaqub. He was great-grandson of Hazrat Yaqub. So all these great prophets that you know, they all were children of Hazrat Yaqub. This is how grand and great he was. So now what happens that Ishaq, when they both grew up, Ishaq came to know that he will not have children who will become prophet. But Yaqub, his younger brother, will have many prophets among his family. So he became a bit jealous. Ishaq, the elder brother, became a bit jealous. And Hazrat Yaqub didn't want to fight with his elder brother. He respected him a lot. So Hazrat Yaqub thought that if I will stay with my brother, we will keep fighting. So I better leave this place. And he told his father, Ibrahim, Father, if I stay here, my elder brother will be fighting with me. We will have problems. So let me go, please. I want to leave this place. So see how good he was? Just to avoid fighting with his elder brother, he left his house and went many miles away. And Hazrat Ibrahim missed him, and he always remembered his younger son Yaqub, because Ibrahim knew that my son Yaqub is very important, because his children will have many great prophets. But he didn't want to stop him. So Hazrat Yaqub went and settled in a different place, and there he started preaching and started telling other people about Islam, and people listened to him. Many people became Muslims, and Hazrat Yaqub didn't beg money from anybody. He worked very hard and he became rich. Allah gave him lots of land, because he, just to avoid fighting with his brother, not to have a fight with his brother, he left his house. So Allah was very happy with him, and Allah gave him lots of land and lots of goats and sheep and many other things.
He was the first prophet who was rich.
No, Hazrat Ibrahim was very rich. Hazrat Ibrahim was rich, Hazrat Yaqub was rich, even Hazrat Ishaq was rich. And then Hazrat Suleiman was very rich. He was a king.
So Hazrat Yaqub was a chief?
Yes, he was a chief in a way, yes. So while he was living there in a different land, he married twice. And from his younger wife, he had 2 sons. And one was Prophet Yusuf, and the other was Benjamin. And from the other wife, he had 10 sons. So altogether, he had 12 sons. But only one of them became prophet, and he was Hazrat Yusuf. And we will listen to Hazrat Yusuf's story next time. But now, let's see what happens to Hazrat Yaqub. So now he was living away from his family, missing his family, just to avoid fighting with his brother. And then one afternoon, he was putting his head on a stone and taking a nap when Allah told Yaqub that go back to your family and stay with your father Ibrahim. And that is a command from Allah. You must obey it. And use your head, use your mind to make your brother happy, so he wouldn't be angry with you, because he is your elder brother. And Yaqub woke up and he said, I must obey Allah. I must go back to my father and I must try to please my elder brother. So he came to his family and he said that while I was taking a nap, I was told by Allah to once again leave this place the way I left my house, and take all of you and all my sheep and goats and go back to my father and stay with my father. So his wife, because Yusuf and Benjamin's mother was dead. So his 2 sons from one wife, the other wife and her 10 sons, they all packed up, left everything.
Who was Benjamin?
Benjamin was the younger brother of Hazrat Yusuf.
He was from the first,
Yes.
2 sons.
Yes.
We call it Benjamin in English.
Yes.
So what was the
Benjamin in Arabic. Okay, so they packed everything, though they were living very happily. But they had to follow Allah's command, right? So they wrapped up everything, loaded everything. Still they were very rich, but they left all their lands behind and said goodbye to their neighbors and everybody else in that city and started their journey back to Al-Khalil, where Hazrat Ibrahim lived with his wife and son Ishaq. And when they reached near the city, Hazrat Yaqub got thinking, how can I please my brother? I don't want to fight him. Fighting is not good. Relatives must stay together. Families must stay united. It's not nice to have your family broken up. So when he was little far away from the city, he thought an idea. He said to himself, I am richer than my brother. I have more goats, camels and animals and food and jewels more than my brother. So I must share these with my brother. So he told his family, I'm going to make my brother happy by sharing my things with him. Oh, by the way, I forgot. You remember that stone on which he was laying when he had that dream?
Yeah.
Okay, Hazrat Yaqub put some oil in it and took that stone with him while he was going back to Al-Khalil, because that stone was very precious for him, because he had that great dream in which Allah told him to go back. So that stone was on one of his horses, and that was a very important stone for him. So he said that I will have more money if I share it with my brother. And more than anything, I have this stone on which I was lying, and when Allah told me to go back to the city. So little before he reached the city, he called his elder brother Ishaq. And when his elder brother came out of the city, he saw so many goats and animals and jewels and clothing. He was amazed. And Yaqub said to his brother, "Brother, half of it is for you."
He was very clever.
"And you take it from me, but give me the love that I need from you. You are my elder brother. Please be happy with me." And at that time, Allah put love in Ishaq's heart for his younger brother. And Hazrat Yaqub said, "Brother, if Allah has decided to make my children and grandchildren prophets, then it's Allah's command. What can I do about it? So please don't be jealous with me. Be nice with me. I'm your younger brother." So Ishaq was very happy to hear this. He said, "Good. All the hate that I had in my heart is gone. You're such a nice brother." And Hazrat Ishaq hugged his younger brother, Hazrat Yaqub.
So did the both of them knew that Hazrat Ismail was there?
Hazrat Ismail was in Mecca? Yes, of course they knew this. Yes, and they knew that Hazrat Ibrahim will have two lines of prophets. One would be Hazrat Ismail, and the last prophet will come from Hazrat Ismail, and many prophets will come from Yaqub. So two mothers and their sons and many prophets among them. Yes, of course they knew this. Allah told his plan to all of them before. He told it to Ibrahim, and Ibrahim shared all this Allah's plan with his children. So Ishaq welcomed Yaqub into the city, and he said, "Brother, come and live with me." And they lived there, and all the time while Ishaq was alive, Hazrat Yaqub obeyed him. And once Hazrat Ishaq was dead, Hazrat Yaqub became the chief of the city. He became the grand prophet, because Hazrat Ibrahim was also dead by then. Hazrat Yaqub decided to build a mosque in the city, and that was the first mosque built over there. And once the mosque was built, Hazrat Yaqub brought that special stone from his house and put that stone right in the courtyard of the masjid. And everyone asked, "What is this? What's so special?" He said, "This is the stone on which I had my head. I was using this stone as a pillow, and Allah told me to come back to this city." So many years later, Hazrat Yaqub's son Yusuf somehow reached Egypt, and he became very powerful there. And then Allah told Hazrat Yusuf to bring his father Jacob to Egypt, to the country of Egypt, and have him stay with Yusuf. Until the last time, Hazrat Yaqub stayed with his son Yusuf in that great country of Egypt. And how Hazrat Yusuf reached Egypt, and what happened over there, and why Hazrat Yaqub and his children went to stay with him in Egypt is the topic of our next story. But till then, what do you think, what is so special about this story, about the story of Hazrat Yaqub?
Jealousy is a very bad thing.
Yes, jealousy.
Fighting with your elder brother and sharing is a very good.
Yeah, the good thing is that Hazrat Yaqub shared with his own elder brother, and he
avoided fighting.
Yes, he
We
avoided
sacrifice
fighting.
something that we want, so Allah will give us more.
Exactly. If we sacrifice what we have, then Allah gives us more. Excellent. That is exactly the message of this great story. So children, till next time, we say goodbye to you with the universal greeting of Islam, which is Assalamu alaikum. And we remind you to keep obeying Allah, keep sharing what you have with others, and don't be jealous, because jealousy is a disease, it's a sin. So be happy and make others happy, and we will see you in the next session of Story Time. Till then, Assalamu alaikum.
Story Time was brought to you by
न्यूयॉर्क में पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन की रहनुमाई। पाकिस्तान अमेरिकन एसोसिएशन ऑफ न्यूयॉर्क का खासा है। अमेरिकन पाकिस्तानियों के बाइज्जत और बावकार मकाम के लिए कोशां। पैनी का हर कदम आपके हम कदम।